Good morning, Boise Braves. I'm Cole Parkinson, Student Council Executive President.
And I'm Dietrich Reidenbach, Executive Vice President.
Today, you have the opportunity to help select your officers in Student Council for the next school year.
As you know, Student Council is responsible for almost every student event that goes on here at Boise High.
To welcome you back, after summer, we host beginning of the year events such as block parties, club rush, and sophomore orientation.
Each fall, Student Council plans Homecoming Week, one of the most event-packed weeks here at Boise High. This includes the bonfire, the car bash, the assembly, the barbecue, the traditional downtown parade, and of course, the homecoming dance, each of which is fun in its own way and gives lots of opportunity to join in on the fun.
In the fall, we also plan the original Brave tradition of the toga dance. We try to educate and spread awareness about safety during Red Ribbon Week and spread some holiday cheer with the annual goods drive. And in the winter, we usually hold a dance, plan the incoming sophomore mixer to excite freshmen about being a Brave, and plan the most hyped dance of the year, prom.
We're also behind the Boise High Street Fair, a tradition we successfully started this year, and the therapy dogs in the library for relaxation during AP exams.
That's a lot of events.
Absolutely, but events aren't all that Student Council does. We also make it a priority to listen to feedback from the student body, help manage the clubs and get them involved, run elections, read the announcements, represent the school at various meetings, volunteer in the community, give back to school staff, and much more.
With all these responsibilities that Student Council has, it's important that the officers in Student Council are courageously willing to take on challenges, make good decisions with their fellow student body in mind, executive tasks with a great level of responsibility, and develop leadership skills in the process.
And that's why your vote is so important today. It directly affects how well planned and fun your events will be next year.
So choose wisely. The right person for the job might not necessarily be the silliest or most popular. Instead, vote for who you think will serve and represent you best for the entire year.
Now, a little bit about positions. Next year's Student Council will have 21 officers for the first semester and then 5 more when the sophomores join for the second semester. 16 positions are elected and are to be decided by your votes this morning.
Student Council consists of 5 divisions: the Executive Office, BOISC, the Senior Class Officers, the Junior Class Officers, and in the second semester, the Sophomore Class Officers.
The Executive Officers, commonly known as Student Body or ASB Officers, are responsible for the overall operations of Student Council. They include your Executive President, Vice President, and Secretary-Treasurer. There's also the Student Organizations Liaison, who is appointed.
Each division of class officers consists of the class president, vice president, and secretary-treasurer, as well as an ambassador and deputy who are appointed. While they are to serve the entire student body, they are also the main representatives for their classes.
As you vote, remember that the junior class officers are traditionally responsible for prom, while the senior class officers traditionally plan homecoming and help with graduated-related traditions like the senior gift. Additionally, your senior class president speaks at the graduation ceremony, and the senior class officers are usually responsible for planning class reunions years and decades after graduation.
Finally, BOISC focuses on maintaining a strong, positive school spirit at Boise High. BOISC consists of 5 lettered positions as well as the mascots. While here at Boise High, they help Student Council with everything else it does. Members of BOISC also spend an evening or 2 a week at Boise High activities such as sports games, where they help lead the student sections in supporting the Braves. These students are really meant to embody and represent what it means to be a Brave and express it through their spirit to excite and lead the student body.
Now that we've given you an overview of what your Student Council officers will do next year, let's talk about voting.
You're about to see a speech from each of the candidates running for elected positions.
Any current sophomore and junior may vote for candidates for executive positions and BOISC because they are closely associated with the entire student body. For next year's junior class officers, only current sophomores may vote, and only current juniors may vote for senior class officers because they more specifically represent their grade.
There are separate ballots for sophomores and juniors, so when you get your ballot, make sure you have the right one.
For executive officers and class officers, you may vote for 1 candidate per position. Juniors, please note that because nobody ran for senior class secretary-treasurer, the administration will appoint somebody to that office next week.
For BYSC, you can vote for as many candidates as you support. Usually the 5 candidates running for a lettered position who are supported by the most students will join BYSC. However, this year, only 3 candidates decided to run for BYSC in the elections, so all 3 will join BYSC for next year as long as each one gets 1 vote. The other 2 positions will be appointed next week. Once all 5 are together, the members of BYSC will decide amongst themselves who gets each letter.
You can also vote for as many mascot candidates as you would like. We usually have 2 mascots. Of the people running for mascot, the person receiving the most votes becomes the varsity mascot, while the person receiving the next highest number of votes becomes the JV mascot.
But only 1 person is running for mascot this year, so that person will become the varsity mascot as long as she gets at least 1 vote. The JV mascot will be appointed assuming there is a candidate interested in being the JV mascot.
It's quite a bit to take in at once, but hopefully all of this makes sense. If it doesn't, remember to read the instructions on your ballot or ask your teacher.
Finally, we'd like to thank all of the candidates who have the bravery to put in the time and effort to run for student council this year.
While some candidates won't win position, they all deserve praise for putting their names in the hat, perhaps stepping out of their comfort zone, and giving it their best.
Oh, and before we go, we'd better make a shameless plug for our social media channels that can keep you up to date on all things Boise High.
You can like Student Council on Facebook by searching for Boise High School Student Council, and you can follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at Boise Students.
Again, that's at Boise Students.
Sophomores and juniors, good luck with your decisions today, and we wish you the best this summer and next school year.
We hope that you participate in and enjoy all of the events that the officers you elect today plan for you next year.
And remember that every day is a great day to be
a Boise Brave.